Hi, I'm Abitha, and in this video, we're going to be introduced to DIAdem and what we can do with the FlexLogger files that we've just created. So we've generated a lot of test files, and we want to be able to now compare the vibration signals to understand the true performance of our HVAC condenser fan. So to do that, we're going to want to analyze signals on two different frequencies, or two different domains, time and frequency. So we're going to take a look at how to do that using our data analysis tool, DIAdem. So before we can truly extract everything we need to from DIAdem, we should understand a little bit about the tool and what we're looking at on the screen. So as soon as you launch DIAdem, this will be the page that you're welcomed with. And you want to make sure that you've selected the top left panel. It should already be there, but you should make sure you're on the Navigator panel. And that's going to be our first of 4 panels that we're going to explore today. So after Navigator, we'll be looking at View, Analysis, and Report. So as we go through these different panels, the idea is not only are we going to explore our data, we're going to be able to do some analysis on it, create some new channels, and hopefully at the end produce a report that will teach us everything that we just explored. So to begin, we're in the Navigator panel. So you're going to think of this almost as a file directory. So we can use this to look for any files that we've created, maybe any files that I already have on my laptop. It's basically going to index everything that it has access to allow me to search for it using metadata. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I want to find these FlexLogger files from the last video. So I'm going to go ahead, and the first thing I'm going to do is create a new search area. So I'm just going to right click on search areas. I'm going to click add search area, and my alias, I'm going to name it FlexLogger files. And where I want to search for these files, I'm going to add a path. So I'm going to select Labview cDAQ hands-on. I'm going to hit OK and OK. So now this is DIAdem telling me that it's indexing this new search area called FlexLogger files. So now I'm ready to do my search. I'm going to go in and I'm going to look for log file star.tdm. And I'm going to enter. And I'm going to see that I have tons of log files that have appeared. But these are not exactly the files that I'm looking to work with. So I need to add a little something to make this query a little bit clearer and really narrow down what I'm looking for. So I also know that the operator of my files is norm. So I'm going to put in norm's name, and that's going to narrow it down again. And I'm going to see, okay, there's 2 log files now. And I know that DIAdem found the word norm in the metadata of these 2 files. So this is the right files. Before I drag it into the data portal, the first thing you need to do is DIAdem comes with preloaded data that you want to clear out before you start making any moves. So before I drag and drop anything, I'm going to go ahead and hit this button that's delete internal data. It's going to go ahead and clear my data portal. And before I drag this in, a little bit about the data portal. This is my area for data manipulation. So any changes I make to any of the channels or files in the data portal will not affect my actual raw file. So when I go back and open this exact same log file, it will be untouched unless I decide to save it. So I'm going to go ahead and first drag in the second file and then the top file after that. Okay, so I suspect these are my 2 log files that I want to work with, but I'm not completely sure. And this is where metadata plays a role. I can go in and make sure that I have the right file before I go in and waste a lot more time doing the next steps. So I'm going to go ahead and hit log. And if I look down, I see some base properties and I see some custom properties. So I see that this file is from FlexLogger and it's from the 2025 Q1 version. I go down into test properties. I can see the exact DUT, the operator, it is norm. So we've confirmed that. And I can see that the test scenario is hysteresis. So, okay, cool. I'm sure this is my right test. And then I can go one level deeper, click on a channel and see some more properties too. Down to the sensor sensitivity, I can just get all the different information about this channel as well. So if I'm unsure at this point, I'm pretty clear that this is the right file. I can just go through all the channels and look at the same thing. So now that I've confirmed that this is the right file, I'm officially done using the Navigator part, and I will now move on to the view. In this video, we saw exactly how to use the Navigator panel of DIAdem, and we were able to pull in files that were used in FlexLogger and successfully import them into the data portal. Now we're ready to start manipulating this data using the view panel. And in the next video, this is exactly what we're going to be exploring and figuring out, are there any anomalies in our data? Let's find out.